Hangouts did. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened. Can you guys hear me? Hi, hi Cherry, if I didn't say hi to you. Hi Kat, and hey Jamie, hey Stephanie. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. I don't know what happened. You know, this stuff just be working when it wants to work. I like pressed the exact same button and magically it was working. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, so now it's working. Let me clear this off my desk. I got it working. Magically. It started working again. Okay, yay! Alright, so today we're gonna work on, you know why I was late? I usually come on around 9, but I was late today because I was catching up on the Real Housewives, and I was working on some icy cards. Lazy, lazy. Alright, but this live won't be long because I pretty much did all the things. And if you guys want to make this, I will do a video afterwards, like with the editing, with all the measurements and everything else, probably. So it'd be a lot easier. But look, you can see my sewing machine. Look, you want me to show you something? Let me move it this way just a tad. I'm trying to get it on camera, but I think it's going to unplug if I'm moving anymore. I'm trying to get it. It's not going to come anymore because if it moves anymore. Anyway, right here in this corner, it melted from where I put my, where it, I put my, my shaker tool. What's it called? All right. So to start off with this, let's talk about, let me move this a little bit and let's talk about fabric. So you can use any kind of fabric. So I'm going to show a couple kinds. The one that I made before is actually flannel. So this is the one that I worked on. It is actually flannel. So you can use, yeah, it's so easy. The sewing machines nowadays, they pretty much sew themselves. So like, they're really easy. I recommend getting a brother. Some people like Singer. I'm not a fan of Singer. I think they're really temperamental and they're not good for beginner sewers. Just saying. So, if you notice on this one, it has quilting, right? So I will talk more about the quilting technique. But look, so one of the little journals I made, it just fits right in. But if you notice, the inside doesn't have the quilting, right? Hey Crafty Mom 15. So to get the quilting pattern, it's kind of tedious, but I do it while I'm watching YouTube. You would just say, put your, so, okay, I'll talk about that as we put it together, okay? So the one I'm going to do is, and if you notice, this piece is a lot bigger because if you're going to quilt, you need actually it to be an inch, especially if you're new to quilting. Whenever you're quilting, you have to have a good space around it because the fabric will stretch and you need a good space. And all you do to quilt is I just sewed lines, right? I sewed lines at a diagonal. And let me put this so you can see what I'm talking about. So I just sewed lines at a diagonal, and then once all the lines at a diagonal were sewn, I went back the other way and sewed lines. And that's how you get quilting with the batty. So we're not gonna do this one. That's just to show that if you wanted to do the quilting and you are a sewer, don't forget that you have to have the batting has to be larger, right? Because it shifts when you quilt. All right, next up on the rocket train now. So I already pre-cut these and made my tops round. So what you have here is a piece of fabric that is, Stephanie, buy a used one and see if you like to sew. Hey, Susie. Yeah, just be careful because if you buy a used one and you're a new sewer, it might turn you off because you don't know. Machines have to be like serviced or whatever else. So If you buy a used one and it has issues already, it might turn you off to sewing. Just saying. So keep that in mind. I know for me, I personally wouldn't buy a used one because you're buying, it's like a car, you're buying someone else's problems. So
yeah, don't go bottom.
Be careful with that. That's just my opinion. But I'm kind of, so just don't get discouraged. All right. So, okay, this is, and I also cut this other, like, Paris fabric that's in pink. So, basically, I have 2 pieces of fabric that are, did I miss anyone coming in? Hey, Pam. Hey, okay. So, I have 2 pieces of fabric that are 15 by 9 and a piece of batting that is 15 by 9, okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, I have, these are the regular pieces, how they would look without the edge cut, which I might, let me work with that so I can show y'all how to do the edge. All right, let's do that. That would make more sense, right? All right, so I have 1 piece of batting that's 15 by 9, and what I did, batting's harder to cut than fabric. So what I did was I basically took my fabric around my, so pretend there's a big piece of batting, right? And so what I did is I took my fabric, laid it on top, and then just kind of cut around it. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? If you notice, it's not, because batting is a lot. Hey, starting over, Tina. I don't know. I've had it a while, so I don't know. I don't remember, Pam. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, here we go again, is you're going to put the ugly sides, what it's called, the pretty side of the fabric, meaning this fabric you can see, you're going to put that against the batting, okay? And what I recommend you do is you want to kind of line this up at the top as good as you can get it, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but you kind of want to line it up on both sides, right? You want to make sure that, because you don't want to leave your batting and you have a hole. So I'm kind of making sure everything is there. So I'm going to flip my batting over, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. So we're not seeing, we're looking at the opposite side of the fabric, right? Make sure both of your pieces are going the right way too. Hey, Dana. So you want to make sure your pieces are going the right way. So see how this has got the llamas? You want to make sure the llamas are all face this way, right? And then you want to make sure that they're all facing the top part, right? So they're all going the same way, and they both have the pretty part of the fabric is touching the bottom, right? Hold on, I need to change out. I just thought about this. I need to change out my thread to blue because we changed our fabric. So this one is this color. All right, so let's do that. And on the right side of me, I have an iron beside me. So you need an iron for this project. All of your fabric kind of needed to be ironed prior to, which I've done. Iron and sewing machine go hand in hand. And I want to show Dana my iron that I have. It's pretty cool too. All right, let's focus on changing the thread out really quickly. Doesn't take a lot of time. Let's get rid of the pink and put in blue, teal, and I wonder what I did with my trash can. All right, let me get my trash can back where I can get to it. All right. And then I'm just gonna thread my machine. I know that you guys, and the newer machines are great at threading. It doesn't have that stupid little thing where you have to, yeah, no. Hey Jen. Hey little this, little that. I got the print. I've had this print for a while. I bought it at Joann's. I've had it for a while. And when I was looking at different things to make these pouches, I'm like, oh, we need to use that one. We haven't used that one in a while. I mean, we've had it for a while. I don't really save fabric because I'm like, if I use it, I get to buy prettier fabric. All right. So, machine is threaded. All right, look at this, Dana. Pay attention. I'm dragging today. I think it is. I know. I don't do it. Does it? I sound really nasally. Is that what you are hearing? Or is the mic tripping? What does it sound like? If I sound nasally, then it's probably me. Look at this. Do you see this, Dana? So here is, it's called a Panasonic. It's all dusty, but because of the fabric. But check this out. Cordless. So it charges as you put it on there. It's cordless. Like, does it really weigh anything? Deep voice. Okay, well that's not me. Hold on, let me fix it. Rob, there's something wrong with the mic. Hold on guys, give me a second. I'm gonna try to fix it. All right. Can you guys hear me? That probably was loud. Is that better? Tell me if it's better. If not, we'll work on it. Yeah, the iron is great. Yeah, I love that it doesn't have a cord, so I can like walk across the whole room and iron. It's so good. I hate the cord. All right, cool. I am nasally though, so that's why I was like, I'm nasally. And this iron, amazing, guys. It doesn't weigh anything. It's so good. All right. So that's the iron I was telling Dana about. All right. I don't know. All right, let me run an iron over this fabric really quick. I'm just trying to get it. It's not loud. Jan the man. I was Bobby for real. All right. But is it loud? Can you hear? Is it not loud? Tell me if it's not loud. All right, hold on. Thanks for letting me know for 20 minutes, guys. It took Jen to come in and be like, what's going on? But can you guys hear me all right? Let me know. I know that it's not. Yeah, hold on. Let me mess with the settings. Dang, how much was the iron? I need one of those. Let me go look it up for you, Pan. The iron is great, especially if you're a sewer. Cordless iron. I don't remember, but I'm not gonna. So Walmart has it for $75. But I don't remember paying. I did. I probably paid about $100. Let me go look. Yeah, so, but I use my iron like crazy. Girl, I want one of those like $300 ones, but I won't. It's not as loud, but we can hear you. All right, I know I'm looking at it and it does look low. But of course, Rob's like not worried about it because he's in the middle of playing a game. So I don't know. Okay, well, let me see. It says that it's 100% volume. Let me do this and then tell me if it's too loud. All right, can you hear me now? Mainly voice manly voice before. Thanks for that. All right. So, I don't know. I'll just try to talk a little louder. All right. Back to the fabric. Okay, so we sewed everything. I mean, we ironed everything flat. So, we'll talk about the brads. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. All right. So, I'm just going to get my clips. I know some people use pins. I use these little clips because they're easier for me. And the only thing I'm going to use the pins for is I want to remember, and I'm going to cut this part off. So, hold on. I figured, I know, I'm kind of nasally. That's why when you said something, I was like, girl, I'm nasally. So, all right, I'm going to cut this white part off because we're going to have to tuck this part and we don't need extra bulk. So I'm just kind of lining up this and I'm just going to cut off just the part at the bottom that I don't, to kind of make it the same size. All right, we're good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 pins. So remember, this is 15 by 9. And so far we have 15 by 9. Hey, Kelly. Oh. So I have, hold on. I'm going to see if, okay. So I put the pretty sides of the fabric is to the batting. There's a piece of batting. So we have a piece of fabric that's 15 by 9, 2 pieces, and then a piece of batting. So at the bottom here, what we're going to do is I'm going to stick a pin here. And the point of this is because I need to remember not to sew this part, right? So I'm going to remember, do not sew this part because this is the part. Been lazy this week, crafting, been raining so that much. Oh, hey Cheryl. So I am just putting this here because I want to remember this is where I'm not going to sew, right? So fabric shifts. It's not like paper. So I am going to, and if you look here, this has got the smaller side of the fabric. So that's probably the side that I'm going to sew. I'm just going to put some clips on here in random areas. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want my fabric to shift around. So I am just putting some clips. However,
your mic sounds just fine.
I turned it up.
It's not me, it sounds normal.
No, I know. Now it does. I fixed that. I don't know what happened. Oh, cool. That's cool. So then I am going to basically put the clips. And mind you, if you needed a bigger pouch, you can just make it wider or bigger depending on how big you wanted it. Not hard to customize. Oh. So I'm gonna, hold on guys, let me grab some, hold on. Here it is. All right, so what I'm doing is I am going to mute the mic for a second and I'm going to sew around it. Y'all see me sewing because I got my handy dandy sewing machine in the camera. But I'm going to mute the mic because it's really loud. Okay? Let me think. Oh, I'm also going to use a zigzag stitch. And the reason why is because it will grip it and make it not pinch. Zigzag stitch is important on this step. So zigzag stitch, and then I'm going to sew around it. So muting. If I didn't say hi to anyone, hold on. Diamond, that's cool. Oh yeah, these are pins down here, and that's because that's just to remember not to sew this part because I got to pull the fabric out of it. And then the rest are just regular like sewing pins that I use. All right, I'm going to mute the mic. Sorry, I'm just trying to move it to where you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. All right. Because if I move it too close, you can't see underneath the machine. Hold on. Hold on, I'm going to switch that stitch real quick. I don't want that stitch. Because that stitch gapped, and it needs to be a tight stitch. This one's skipping. So, hold on. Let's restitch that. Let me change it. To a really tight stitch. Let's try this one. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to try the stitch. Hold on, guys. Okay, I was just back stitching because that's important so your stitches don't break. All right, so now that we got, and I'm sorry if I missed anyone talking. These are, yeah, they're in the fabric section. I got them off of Amazon, but they're fabric clips. I think they have a name, but I don't remember. All right, so let's put all of this back. Oh, I probably will need the pins, but I don't want my needles to go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter what side you pick, right? If you had different fabric, then you would probably, it doesn't decide what side you want to what, but it doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do because we're top stitching. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go, hold on one second, guys.